Hey guys, it's Di from BeingMommywithStyle, and I wanted to do a quick house hunting follow-up video that I'm probably actually going to try to film real quick today, and I'll edit tonight and it can actually upload tomorrow. Actually going before a grocery haul that I have that I filmed, and also a travel entertainment bag. I did film that, so I'll be sharing that as well. But I wanted to share a follow-up after a day in the lives of what ended up happening with the house hunting, and I didn't really talk about it in the video because we were tired and we were bummed, and it didn't turn out great. So I wanted to do a follow-up video on where we're at with the house hunting stuff. So we went over to this past weekend to Michigan. We had a great time. It was great to see friends. It was great to be in Michigan. It was great to be just back in the area. And we went to the house that we thought was going to be the house, the one that we put the offer in, and went over there, and it looked just like it did in the pictures as far as the inside and everything. And the home inspector took a couple hours to go through everything. He went through everything really thoroughly, and unfortunately found some things, which you're going to find some things on any home inspection, okay? So don't get me wrong. Every house is going to have some things that are going to be on the home inspection. Unfortunately, there was a really, really big thing that was a huge surprise, and it was a big enough surprise that it really kind of made us decide that it may not be the house for us, because we didn't want to get into the big issue, which I'll tell you what it is in just a second, and also the Pandora's box of what it could have opened, because it could have made a lot of other things wrong with it. So what the home inspector found was actually that the roof, which was supposed to be fairly new, the home inspector had said it looked like they'd replaced the roof when they put like a little addition on the house. They'd replaced the whole roof in 2012, except for one little part back in like the dining room area, which was like a, I don't know, pop-out window, and that part had never been replaced. So that part was totally failing. But the roof had been quote-unquote replaced. I think it was just like a second layer put on in 2012. Unfortunately, whoever put it on, I don't know whether it was a DIY project or whether it was actually a roofing company that just did not do it right. Unfortunately, whoever put it on did not do it correctly, and they did not use the right type of nails. And we had just put a roof on this house last like a year ago, so we are kind of familiar with what they're supposed to be doing and the terminology. And as soon as the home inspector said they didn't use long enough nails, we both were like, ugh, because we knew exactly what that meant. So what happens if they don't use a nail that's long enough is it doesn't dig into the wood underneath enough, and then the shingles can start lifting, and it can cause a lot of damage underneath them that you may not be able to see right away. You can see where this is going. And it just ages the roof prematurely. So even though the roof had only been on there for a few years, it only had a few year lifespan left, which was not the impression that we were under. We were not going into it the idea thinking, oh, we're going to have to replace a roof really soon. We just went through that with this house, and it's, you know, it is what it is. You have to do it sometimes when you're a homeowner, but it's a real pain in the tush. So it's not something, we wanted to get a house that didn't have any projects, and I think that we kind of, you know, set out with this whole thing. We don't want any projects. We don't want to be replacing bathrooms. We don't want to be replacing kitchens. We don't want to be replacing roofs. We don't want to go into it knowing that we're going to have major projects coming up. So that was a major setback, and the fact that it wasn't put on correctly is a big thing too, because you could get into it and there could be Lord knows what's going on underneath. So I don't know. I don't think now that that's going to be the house for us. We have now looked into just canceling our offer and trying to find something else. Unfortunately, now time-wise, we're bogged down with this house over here. We're trying to get this thing going. We've had contractors in and out the past couple of days. We're trying to get this thing listed and on the market. So now our attention kind of has to focus back over here, and we're going to have to do this for a couple weeks until we can sort out over there. So now I don't know what's going to go on with over there. That house is pretty much out. I don't think it's going to be an option. I mean, I think for us to buy it, they would have to totally replace the roof, and I don't foresee that. The homeowner that owns it now, I don't even think is aware of the problem yet, as in the fact of, I don't think that they listed this house knowing that they had the problem. I think the owners previous put the roof on, and either they did it themselves or they got taken, for lack of a better way to put it, from the roofing company. And I don't know whether this homeowner didn't do a home inspection or what, but I honestly think that he probably did. They probably don't know. So anyhow, it's neither here nor there because I don't think it's going to be the house for us, unfortunately. It's really pretty on the inside and it had the updates that we were looking for, but unfortunately, we don't want a huge project. And we don't want a huge, like, you could open Pandora's box and have all kinds of problems. Because then they said that it looked like water was coming in an area and then there was rotting wood and it just, you know, Pandora's box. So, not going to be the house for us. So now that's kind of on hold until we can get back over there and look at other houses, and hopefully in the meantime we can get this house on the market, and if everything works out great we can just sell this house and then totally focus on over there. So we'll see what happens. That's our kind of bummer house update. That's just kind of the reality though of house hunting. That's kind of the reality. It's not everything always goes according to plan. So I'm gonna get ready to take these two crazy kiddos out to the park because we've been cooped up in the house for the past couple of days. One, because of rain, but then two, because we've had contractors in and out of here getting everything done, painting and all that kind of stuff that we want to get done here. And that is all done now. So I will do like a final house tour showing you the projects that we did. And also just because I've never done a full house tour, I'll do the full house tour and then I'll have it post after we actually move or we're not here any longer or whatever. But I'm really happy with the projects that we had done. The paint looks great and it really looks nice. So I may just give you a sneak peek of our entryway. If you can remember from me showing the gallery wall, it's a different color. So that's what's going on with the house hunt. So unfortunately we had a fun trip in Michigan, but it was kind of a wasted trip because the house ended up having a big problem. So, but what can you do? That's life. So that is my quick update for the day and I will let you know how it goes. That's life with moving. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.